Home Start is going to hand out toys to 100 families in need this morning.
And Linneman has relocated to the Malcolm X Library in Emerald Hills with details on the drive-through. It's a drive-through toy drive. Do I have that right, Ed?
Okay, that's Ed. Laura's our CEO.
Hey, and if you don't mind, we're going to do a little directing here. Laura, go over to our social distancing microphone. This is Laura Tancredi Bass, who's the CEO. She just arrived. We should also point out, and thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
You want to give us a mic check? This is how we do it behind the scenes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
and you
3,
feel
4.
free to take your mask off. I had my temperature taken this morning.
Okay.
All right, great. So she just arrived because we haven't had a chance to do too much here since we just arrived. And oh, by the way, the event starts, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this. The event starts at 10 o'clock, and we want you to know, if you're watching this, this is all pre-selected families, okay? Pre-selected families. So take a look at the array. The worker bees are very, very busy. I was kind of surprised when we pulled up. They were already getting all of this to go, so to speak. And again, these are pre-selected families. Gosh knows that we're going to make sure, especially the organization called Home Start, and we'll be talking to Laura about their mission and what they do in just a moment, but just making sure that some children in need have some needed joy this Christmas despite the pandemic and financial services. Again, this is a drive-through toy distribution event here at the Malcolm X Library in Valencia Park. It all starts at 10 o'clock, and we do want to emphasize these families have already been pre-selected, which brings you to, you made it.
I made it. You got here early, but great. Thanks for being here.
It's great to see you. I guess we ought to say your last name, Laura Tancredi Bass. Basie.
Very good.
As in count.
Exactly.
That dates me a little bit.
I know
that was my dad, right?
I know who Count
Laura
Basie is.
Tancredi Basie.
Thank you,
Who's
Ed.
the CEO of Home Start. For those that don't know, tell us about Home Start, Laura.
Well, Home Start's been serving San Diego for 48 years, some of our most vulnerable children and families. And our mission and vision always been about preventing child abuse and strengthening families who need our support. And so we've been serving San Diego for 48 years.
Okay, and we certainly understand the impetus here, but how did it come about that you were created all these many years ago?
Oh gosh, 48 years ago, it was, we were one of 16 Head Start demonstration projects.
Okay, I was going to say Home Start, Head Start,
yes.
Similar here? Okay.
It looked at how effective home visiting could be with helping families who might have some risk factors and teaching them how to be healthy parents and about child development. And of course, after a 5-year demonstration project, it was proven children do better when you work with their parents and you teach them how to be great parents.
Absolutely. So speaking with the parents, these are families, 100,
yes.
with whom you've been working all year.
Yes. These are 100 families that we've been working with through our 7 different program areas, and our amazing staff selected families that they knew really needed our support this year.
Okay, so the idea is that you've been, and let's talk about how, yes. whether you got any help or not here with your toys in terms of the contributions. Did anybody else help you out in gathering all these toys all this month?
Oh my goodness, so many people helped us out. It's amazing, Ed. With the pandemic, I think people feel like they want to do something.
Sure.
So we have so many toys. I still have toys sitting in my office. Everybody came up and said, we want to help. How can we help? And we knew we had to pivot and change how we do this toy distribution in a safe way because people want children to feel loved and cared about, and they want to help us. So the list is way too long to name everybody.
Okay. All right. Those of you who have helped out know who you are, yes. and it does give somebody a lot of joy,
really
especially
does.
This year. We're looking at anything we can just sort of hang our hat or a handle on.
Exactly.
Yeah, I dropped a buck in the Salvation Army, and we don't have a whole lot of kettles this year either. But we're all looking for something positive, and this certainly everybody should feel very good about, because this is quite an array. And oh, by the way, you've obviously been not not only identify the families, but you understand the ages of the children in that particular family.
Yes.
And the toy is accordingly.
Exactly. So
And or gift.
we know the ages of the children, so if we were a little light on a few items, like we had one of our major donors called and we said, we're a little light on some teen gifts, so she was excited to run out and buy some headphones and things that teenagers would enjoy. So we're excited to see the smiles and the faces of the families and the children who really deserve to have a bright holiday.
Okay, if I want to get involved with Home Start, obviously we've got a website.
We do, www.home-start.org, and we would love volunteers of any type, small donations. It all helps us.
Okay, all year round as
All
opposed
year
to
round.
December. All right. Laura Tancredi-Basie, CEO of Home Start. Thank you.
Thank you,
And thanks
Ed.
for arriving so quickly for us.
Well, I did my best, but you surprised us, and this was a wonderful surprise
We
today.
got red on this morning. Good for you.
Trying to look in the spirit
And
today.
again, and we do want to stress, if you're watching this, these are all prearranged families. It all begins in an hour, and we'll show you some of that in the later editions of the KUSI News. It's been a real positive day. We started out over at UC San Diego Medical Center talking about the fact that the vaccinations or the vaccine is arriving, and not only that, but people are being inoculated. And now here we are with much needed toys for children in need, and we will leave you with that in the middle of the week.
Sounds good, Ed. Look at all that.
Wow.
So great to see.
I still like the Count Basie reference.
Yes. It's a good one.
I think Ed saw him perform.